Yo Imi, unganaithi mbosasa pano panikanyaya kari kupisa. We just wanna talk about it machitika. Welcome, oh you know what time it is. Send it to your friends so they also be a part of this. You cannot describe what you feel, huh? We're taking Zimbabwe to the world, huh? Yeah, this is Black and Forth. Welcome, this is Black and Forth.
Boom!
Yo, welcome back.
Boys are back. Hey.
Nah, but shout out to concert. We're back to our best now.
Yeah. Hey.
Even the week is about to be missed. We'll salvage it.
Look at that. Understudies.
No, Maita next.
Next one is gonna be Maita himself.
Yeah, welcome back. Bro.
Thank you, my broski. Welcome back to you too.
Thanks.
You just touched back from
Literally.
Poland, quite literally.
Like we just came from the airport. That's how dedicated we are.
Nah, man.
Like
Working.
One more. No. Let's get to work.
Big Rago is still taped up and everything
Like
right
everything.
now. Wouldn't be surprised.
But we're here.
Giving the people what they want. They know what they need.
Chronicles, welcome back, guys.
Chronicles. This is what we like to see. Hey, man, it's good to be back. I loved the last episode with my Maita.
I don't know if I loved it.
What?
I enjoyed it. It was cool, but then I realized like I felt like, you know when you're recording something on my purisa. Like I then realized there's different versions of me.
Yeah.
Because I can't lie and say that's not me. Because
that's still you.
when I'm talking to my wife, I tell her, I do have moments like especially when it's Zim dance related. But I actually look back, I was like, yo, who's this guy?
Who man's is this?
Who is explaining things?
You're doing your best confused act.
I was doing my best confused impersonation.
So funny. No, but she held it down, man. I love that. I think that's
our bad in chief.
That's in my top 3 favorite episodes.
We brought
choice selection. Come on now.
But yeah, I think a lot of people enjoyed that one. And different shades.
I was saying to her when I saw her, when I was like, this is a good replacement, man. She was representing my views.
She was.
Should I tell you where she represented my views? I was like, that's my nigga. That's it. Yeah. It's when she said Denzel Washington and arrange.
You also believe that?
The amount of times I've
we'll get
damn near fought niggas over this one.
No, but do you know where I felt like she represented you as well? She put out a Trump impersonation.
Oh, you did?
I was like, hold up.
She did.
She did.
She did.
I felt bad because I didn't hype it up more. I didn't register when I only saw it in the edit.
That was earlier in the episode.
Yeah. I was like, whoa.
She did.
Like, she was channeling Mr. Risha. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. West End. How are West End things? Good. They almost killed you last week.
Hey, they had me. Hey.
You almost gone.
They threw man in the deep end.
Yeah.
Like, last week, bro, I was so ill.
Yeah. This man, I've never heard of this man being sick. But
bruh.
he called me like, bro, back 20 Viga.
Bro, I was so ill. I would have been No, that's no.
Do you know whenever somebody is sleeping from Shana, do you know what I think about? Immediately transported to Mindiro Iri. Do you remember that guy who was sleeping but Pasa was that was you.
You know that clip is all. For the love of Christ, I do not know what the full thing is. I've never come across the full thing. I've only ever come across that clip. Is this guy? I'm Jiba. I'm living room. Like the acting from everyone is 10 out of 10, bro. Astounding.
What's the context?
I could never pinpoint this video, but from time to time, it just comes on my timeline.
Yeah.
And I lose it.
What are they talking about?
Is this guy Arguruara, bro? Arguruara hard, bro. Argugula, bro. Yo, he's sick. I think I'm Jibane Bachki. I got Gumbeze living room. You know that setup. And I'm my mods and some guys sitting on the couch and whatnot. And then I'm like, hey, Chico. But he's like, and then the clip ends. It's like, it's so short, but you can tell like
we'll find it. If anyone knows this clip,
someone tag this in it.
Yeah, please.
Someone tag this on it.
Please.
On our TikTok. I'm gonna show you after this.
Okay.
We should edit it into this for content. Because someone also then tagged us and said, "Is this Monashe?"
That's crazy. That's crazy. But before we get into it, special shout out to everybody who came out for Poland. Special shout out to everybody who came out to the Berlin shows. Special shout out to the people that brought their white partners too.
Yeah.
There were at least 10 white people. I was like, yo, I was hoping we went to do this behind your back.
Yes, Poland.
Like what? No, there were no white people in Poland.
Oh no, Berlin. Okay,
Yeah.
Germany. Yeah,
no.
Oh yeah.
No, Poland is like little Harare.
Really?
Bro.
Was it like that?
No, bro. Poland is like Slough.
Okay.
You know, like that whole Munemun.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
It was no, but it was beautiful, man. Shout out to my boys who hooked us up. It was an incredible, wholesome experience. Shout out to my boys and girls, because I ended up, getting
baddies for square meters.
The baddies came out.
Baddies for square meters.
It was summer, and the baddies came out. Summer dresses and whatever fancy
sundress.
Yep. And then Berlin was now the difference between Berlin and Poland was that Poland was young student type, and then Berlin was people that now go to work.
People. Yeah.
These are people that are slightly older crowd.
Yeah.
People that go to work. So the shows themselves were not the same.
Fair
literally
enough.
because different contexts, temperament and whatnot. But thoroughly enjoyed both the shows, man.
I can imagine. From what I saw from the clips, from the footage, was it Berlin where they hit you with the one more, or was it Poland?
So Poland, they hit me with the Kandora. I don't want to lie. That was crazy.
That's crazy. That touches.
I was like, this was before. I was like, yo, we don't know how well this show was going to go. Calm down.
This is before the show.
This is before. I'm walking down.
Pressure.
I'm walking down. I'm like, but that's how young they were. They're full of energy and what. Berlin now hit me with the one more.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm talking. I've been on stage for an hour 30.
Bro, I heard the one more.
And I'm like, what do you mean one more?
It was sincere.
One more what? I promise you, I did my whole thank you and whatnot, and I could tell people were confused.
So you're just gonna end the jokes?
It happened in Poland. Those people like it was too short, but I was getting eyes from the venue.
You feel them?
Yeah, I was getting eyes with my money, but we were still well within our time limit. But even then, but it was incredible, man. Shout out to my people. Shout out to Vuli. Shout out to Ropa. Beautiful.
Shout out them guys. So my question is now. One more. As a rapper, Wilachi, your banger.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
One more as a dancer, not gonna freestyle.
Yeah.
One more as a comedian.
You're praying. You have something in the bag.
One more is like, what do you drop? Like
you have to find.
Because wako scale, okay, crowd. context. What's short enough duration?
Funny enough, do you know what happened now?
Yeah.
The fortunate thing that happened is because there's been a whole lot of new nonsense that's been happening. So I've been writing new nonsense, right? Which means
you got doodles.
Some stuff that was already certified within the set ended up being taken out. To keep it at a nice 1 hour. So, the new stuff, Wicknell, what. And we end up getting carried away. So when they said one more, I still had stuff that I was like, snap, I can
pull out that.
I can take. But I almost feel like that's almost setting myself up because they're like, Sakautur now. So it's like a catch-22. But hey, before we get into this episode,
auto gatekeeper
stuff. Before we get into this episode, big shout out to, I told you guys, Murizwe Mamba Arguya. There's a new section.
I'm back, baby.
Yeah, show them your equipment. What are you working with?
Let me show you my gear.
What are you working with?
Let me show you my tools. Obviously, first and foremost, shout out to Matopos gin.
Yeah.
Zimbabwean gin right there.
Matopos. You already know, like the story is Matombo.
So John runs it. Yeah, and from here you can see.
And that alone is 5 pounds.
That alone is, I don't know, make what you will of that. Obviously, there's another one here. I'm spoiled for choice. Lime and chili, as you might have heard.
No.
Proper
branding and
no, something in that, all of that. And because deep down inside, Captain Zimbabwe, I got this young Mazoe, raspberry. Say what you want, but my flavors, raspberry and cream soda. Orange crush is overrated.
My fighter is blackberry.
That's the worst.
What are you talking?
In the whole family.
Yeah.
And that blackberry thing.
Bro, blackberry. I think do I know the dura?
No, I don't know. They need to rejig it. Then obviously at Magodo. In Magodo, it's humble. It's I could have mixed it with tonic or but no.
Next week, tending my lemons.
Lemon it's lime. Didn't make room for it. Anyway. That's what it was. Hands mnashana what you wonder. Vanonga badara.
But about to not reflex yako in there kuti munhu achiri funga achiri wonder because ongachivhurira apa. Reflex ichiripo, reflex ekubirira.
Maso memo. Yeah, that's true. That is true. I can't even say I deny that one.
Truly Zimbabwean experience.
It's flavor. I also want to Zimbabwean flag. Because tinede mamba.
Saka my ingredients panavanzi zesty infusion of lime with subtle hints of chili, crafting a vibrant twist that marurasi.
Yeah, I know. Review, no, it's nice. It's yeah. That's a good drink right there.
So you need to go jump on matopos.gin.co.uk, grab yourself a bottle, especially this weekend. It's Zimfest weekend.
It's gonna be
so
lit.
When I see you guys out there, it's month end as well. No excuses.
Come on.
Literally no excuses.
You know that.
It's about to be real summer.
Hosted by yours truly.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Going to get into that. Panama dress code. Code of conduct.
Yeah, my rules.
But big shout out with that in mind. I just want to take this opportunity to address something that has been happening quite frequently. I've been getting messages. Dada, all these shows, shout out to you, you're doing well. And most of these messages, I need to make this clear, they come from an incredibly good place.
Yep.
I'm only addressing it because I realized I can't keep addressing one.
Okay.
So the gist of the message is people are like, oh, King, how do we get, other nationalities onto this thing? How do we get white people in green? Because for lack of a better word, when we put out those clips, like the clips that I've been putting out, it looks like my jokes are poised towards Zimbabweans.
Yeah, I hear what you mean.
Which I need to correct. The reason why you guys see those clips is because it's content that I don't care about. It's content that is no bearing. So it's content that I know. It's like fast food.
Yeah.
Right? The things that are happening about Wicknell now, we're not going to be talking about them 6 months down the line. If you've been somebody who's come to the show, you know the shows are like Wicknell actually only gets mentioned like for 3 minutes. The show itself has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, no, totally.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you base it off those clips, it's a little bit misleading. Right? That's the first part.
Fair. But I can understand where they come from. In that assumption.
Absolutely.
Yep.
What I do need now to clarify is, guys, I plan on taking this thing as far as I possibly can.
Yeah, bro. That's the stuff.
But my strategy in taking it as far as we possibly can is that I want to go with my people. And by my people, I mean my Zimbabweans.
Yeah, bro.
What that means is you're going to see my content intentionally, the primary audience is Zimbabwean. I know it's misleading when you look at social media and all these sold out shows, but I promise you, I'm not as known as you think I am. The idea is to take this comedy to make it a national movement where there's unanimous agreement. The same way we all know who Nick Mangwana is.
Yeah.
There's no that same way, because I believe that is the only way we can take it where it needs to go.
Because that's the only way we can have truly everyone.
Yes.
Truly everyone.
We need everyone on the same page to say, this is our guy. The same way South Africans said Trevor Noah was their guy. The same way Nigeria said Basket Mouth was their guy. The same way Kenyans said Eric Omondi or Chechi was their guy. That's what we need, because if your people can vouch for you, right now it will be very misguided in me, Tisati, before we've penetrated the Zimbabwean market, to say Takudama South Africans. Takudama Ningrikini. That's not to say the content excludes South Africans or exclude Kenyans. I've performed in Kenya for Kenyans before. I've performed in South Africa for South Africans before. They relate to this stuff because, for the most part, it's Zimbabwean specific, but these are Pan-African jokes.
This is an African experience.
African experience. We all have the same problems: elections, ZESA, and whatever. But I hope you guys hear me when I say the idea is to do this to galvanize all the Zimbabweans and say, right, so that when they bring their partners, they can do so not from a formal perspective, but from a belief perspective, to say, I vouch for this guy.
Oh, you want to hear what Zim's about? Yo, listen. It's like people always say, if you're hanging with your non-Zimbabwean friends and they're playing music from their country, who would you play from Zimbabwe to say, let me put you on game?
Exactly.
This nigga.
That's the strategy, and it's going to take a little bit more time, but that's because when we get to where we are going, we need to get there with all the tools. I've been fortunate enough to turn this thing into a career. I'm not going to cheat the system. We're going to take as long as we need to, because when we get to where we are going, we intend on staying.
Yeah.
Saka, while we gather these tools, while I also gain confidence in some of these thoughts and ideas, but South Africans you get there, then you realize no, takurumidza kumedza. But then apasisina Bexis now, because it's like Baba Tencent. He wasn't ready to perform at that show,
of course,
and he never performed again,
of course,
because there is no self-awareness to tell yourself, I'm not ready. So I'm saying, some of these things I appreciate it, but we are going to get them, Bishan. But more importantly, in conclusion, let me just say, that was the PC PR version of me saying I know what I'm doing. The same way you guys found me, it wasn't by accident. maziviro munongonditewo ndo masvikiro atichaita kuningirira saka pane kanga kucheka dzafa akakuda kuti vazosvika king mofana
please. You know what, I rate that, and yeah, like I said before, because I asked you, and I was on that whole bandwagon. I was a bandwagoner, bro. I don't know. I was in my head. My thinking has just always been in 60. I mean, like less than almost 65% of Zimbabwe is rural. It's not even more than 10% internet penetration.
Yeah.
All of this, that, and the other. Yeah. You know, the Ting plateau is quick. Why not in the big swings and what? Right? Yeah, but you know, your
long con,
your argument made sense. And it's nice to actually now see it unfold as you do it. Because we spoke about it a while ago.
Because the real is, bro, the world, whenever there is a wave or whatever, people will be like, oh, okay, there's that wave. What's going on there? Oh, he's growing with these people. Whoever will be forced to jump. It's easier for people to try jump on the bandwagon than for me, the performer, to try create a bandwagon for Ningiri. Because I don't have the tools or the facilities to do that. Right? But if whatever fails kumberuko, kanandine vanhu vangu, I'll always have my people. I'll always have my people. But if I try to get these white people and Ningiri, my people will look at me like, wakatiza kewo. Ushimanyira Ningiri. So no. We will get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, no.
But bro, it's been a lot of cooking tones.
Cooking, shellings. Yeah, there's been some cheferys going on.
Like the world over, not just Zim.
World over.
That's what you mean?
They're chefing. Yay!
Wicknell got hacked. and started leaking messages and oh my goodness.
You know.
Oh my goodness.
You know the characterization of Kufura Hombe,
like a large one
that I have with that one is picture my face and it's like Pangandimdara or whatnot. Over Utizuni Pinam cupboard ka undi pane zitins wombe a big one.
Open that one.
Fura error. Yeah. Ndonova pinda vati ayo pane rimwe rakavhurwa kudhara ovati no iroro ndikuziya no ndakarivhura enda pane rimwe racho rihombe sesa rakanzi a big one,
large.
Open it for me please. Damn. Because he is.
Have you noticed how there is literally nothing that has happened right up until this point in Zimbabwe that Wicknell is not involved in?
He's been active. He's been
from elections to solar, to roads, to goats, now baddies,
to the car sprees,
Wi-Fi,
to Wi-Fi, fucking Starlink.
That man has his hand in every single thing.
Yeah, no, that day is it's
every single thing. But yeah, if you're not in the know, and I don't know how you're not in the know, at some point last week, Wicknell's Instagram account got hacked and they started releasing all the messages with some of the high-profile socialites that he has been flirting with. I don't know. That cannot be flirting. That's just how people with money talk, because there was no source, there was no method. It was just ndweko size.
Unofika boot size
ndakutingira mota. Ndingrina.
Murume wako ari kumbe.
No, Mwari wedu is a god of balance. Because can you imagine Wicknell with a six-pack?
Oh my God. Ooh, damage. Ooh.
Can you imagine Wicknell with all that arrogance?
You just gave me a shiver.
And then he had a six-pack.
Yeah.
But Mwana was like, Mwanangu.
Instead.
This is on you.
Blood?
I'll give you charisma. I'll give you intelligence. I'll give you what more, but what?
But BMI,
metabolism.
Negative. But yeah, man, what can I say? That's
balance.
That's showing you.
That's the one thing that we can say. Wicknell at least. Clearly don't matter to.
But that man is boiling out of control. But then I would even go one further and say, are we surprised?
By what?
Can we be surprised by? Can we be surprised by A, the caliber of women he's hitting up in the DMs, whatever. B, the reception he's getting, like the whole, all of it. Like,
no.
If we're gonna be brutally honest,
if anything, it's an economic indicator.
It's not even just an economic indicator. It's just, listen. I touched on this. I kind of sort of like, tried to touch on it that other episode where you had me mu baro chidon kungurusa bazi. No. But when we were talking about polygamy and stuff like that, but all that, it just shows, bro. If you've got resources,
it's game on.
If you got resources, it's game on.
No, but I think the majority, the crazy thing now,
really,
the crazy thing that almost kind of negates, but not so much negates that point, is that all the women that were in those DMs allegedly are people that already are with affluent men. But we're talking simply about greed.
So you see what I'm saying?
This is greed.
Now, I'm glad you pointed that out, because that even bolsters my point further.
Explain.
Kuti, even in a dough, even if there is someone who has got more dough than you, it has always been and always will be about status, resources, and power, bro. Like, since time immemorial. Like, the rules are completely different if you're at that level of ballership.
Hey, but that's what
But
that's what we thought. Cause these, you could almost argue that
no,
these
but if
people
you're
are in the same class.
But clearly they're not. Clearly they're not, because what we're seeing is
that's all greedy.
Like, because the people that are messing with these people are the people who are well and truly privy to Jaman Waganyatso saying. You know what I mean? And if they're messing with you, and they're feeling like, nah, that bag deeper.
Yeah.
That bag deeper, bro.
Well. We are curious to see what the next episode of this Telemundo, because clearly this man is going to be cooking until Christmas time.
Nah, he's chefing. It's chef season.
I just hope though. I just hope, because if history has told me anything, is kanakangoma kakuririsa. Kanakadabharwa.
Ooh.
Kanakangoma kakakurira muririro kakura soprano. Yeah.
Stretch marks.
Yeah, I don't know. Was kakuririsa sterek. Because, bro, I know, bro, even if you say it's AI, Wicknell then came out and say people are hacking me and try to besmear my name. But no one believes that shit. But then again, what do we know?
The game's the game, dog.
The game is the game. In America, Joe Bidza tapped out and said, listen, down boneta zvavazukuru.
Listen, Joe Biden ndakazvitaura inini kuti ngaangouye hake tinomupa ke contract, tinomupa munhu kuti living.
Do you know the crazy thing now is still, even this is connected to Wicknell, because one of the guys who allegedly akajigirwa baby na Wicknell. It's a prophet. And he comes out and saying, oh, back in May, I prophesied Joe Biden was going to drop out. I was like, my nigga, anyone...
Prophecy is on the wrong ones.
Anyone with a TV...
Shit.
Anyone with a Twitter account could have said... It's not a... How's this a prophecy?
That's not a prophecy, bro.
How's that a prophecy? This is
like my conspiracy forums. Yes, brother, they've been talking about this.
I don't even think there's even a betting site that allowed people to put bets on that, because that was one of the most obvious things.
Come on.
It was actually a shock every passing day that we would go to sleep when he's still there. What are you talking about? So he comes out and says, people would say, I failed to see what was happening in my own home, but I saw this. I'm like, nigga, you're grabbing the straws. But, you
grasping, know. Bro.
But how do you feel? Kamala Harris looks like she's going to be the Democratic. Any thoughts, Mr. Munash? And I would understand if you don't have any thoughts, because this is America is kind of annoying.
It's weird. Okay, so I find the rise of Kamala Harris particularly interesting.
Talk to me.
I know a lot of people there's a lot of the sentiment from what I'm seeing from my side of the internet.
Yeah.
As broad as I try to look across the spectrum, people who are pro Kamala, people who are, anti Kamala. And where I see a lot of disgruntlement with people is like her background, her rise into power, and how she got positioned to where she is, And I get it. I get their frustrations because they don't quite understand it, or it doesn't seem like it's something that's pretty colorful and straightforward. But at the same time, I think she's kind of a G for that trajectory.
First things
right?
First, she's a baddie.
She's a baddie. Like, I mean, there's that video that's circulating. Like, what's this guy?
Who's this guy?
It's a red carpet. It's with these two girls. Yeah. What's his name, man? I've forgotten this guy's name. I'll look it up. And she looked like, I don't know, baby, on the night out badding, red carpet things, aligning herself with, men with status type of thing. So people are using that to say, she was like, she's just exciting, or she was, look at, she doesn't come from a particularly conventional, clean image of a politician
who has a clean image in politics?
None of them do. That's the irony. But this is what people are kind of chewing onto from what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Right? From my personal opinion, however which way people get to their positions they are, if it's a position of power and wava from somewhere, like you.
I don't think there's any way to get to a position of power without doing some unscrupulous things.
I mean, you gotta be a G.
Because it's a position that everybody wants to get. It's a dog eats dog.
Like president adjacent.
Like, come on.
President can go acting president of the United States of America.
Fair. My initial thoughts about it, like when I found out, because the crazy thing, we found out after the show, the Sunday show, where it's dedicated, at least about 5 minutes disparaging Joe Biden.
Yeah, that would have been a beautiful one.
Because that was my whole concept was like, because for me, I didn't understand why he was staying on. Like maybe this guy had a number of privilege, because bro, with the whole public sentiment of
you found for that.
Because in my head I was like, yo, this guy, you see all that public sentiment that shifted with Trump and the shooting.
Anzani Zek playbook.
Like he's like, yo, hey, Priscilla, come observe.
Yo, wangu.
Wangu.
Yo,
I heard you are the
ballots.
So imagine now after a shock, I'm like, Joe Biza has just dropped out. But my initial thoughts when I found out was, damn, that old ass white man. Because initially I thought it's a little bit unfair to leave her with this little time until because it's about 3 months, less than 3 months.
Yep.
For her to so my initial, like immediately I was like, damn, that kind of sets her up.
Yeah.
That kind of sets her up. Yeah. Then I chewed over it, encountered a few articles, what, and then I started thinking, I don't believe this. I don't believe this because maybe it's because I don't rate Joe Biden. But then I thought the other side of this might be a masterstroke.
I hear you.
This might have been a masterstroke because for the past 2 years, Trump has been beating on Joe Biden.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
For the past 2 years, they've centered their campaign around, he's old, assault. Kamala has almost been, for lack of they've been complacent when it comes to her.
What's crazy? Kamala, prior to the whatnot, even just watching her demeanor in all the while when Joe Bidza Pangajita, all of these mambos and like just when he was just being Sleepy Joe, like this entire poor show of form he's had.
Yeah.
Kamala had always struck me as intentionally distant. Like just like ever so cautious, Jody.
Which is
maybe I'm not too in tune with
which was actually her undoing, because that's one of the biggest things that people have been.
But I think for me, how it looked.
But then again, also, there's never been a vice president in the history of American. It's not a prominent position.
That is true.
So it's one of those positions where. But I started thinking, you know what? Because the Republicans also had their own Congress. They call it the convention, where they were beating on whether they nominated and endorsed Trump. You should have watched it.
Oh.
Bro, they were doing fellatio on this man. Our savior, our what? We're going to beat Joe. So it kind of looked like now they waited out the whole convention, and they owe that energy focusing on Joe Biden and what. And then soon after that, they announced he's dropping out. Because when they said Joe Biden had COVID, I was like, they're cooking.
They're cooking.
They've started. They've started. But then the 3 months now might be a masterstroke, because the one thing that's on his side, bro, you know that new car smell?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shiny new thing.
3 months might be the perfect time
for... They said 81 million, 24 hours.
Exactly. She's fundraised. These 3 months might be enough for her to get to election day with people still on her side in terms of excitement.
Before they
get into the... Because right now, she might get over public sentiment. Black woman, exciting times. But I would be remiss if I also didn't mention that America is still America, bro.
America is still America.
America is still America. It's because still you also racist, sexist.
You still also need to realize, had this been regular campaign, pre-assassination attempt, without the assassination attempt, she was going to be hard to beat.
Yep.
She was going to be that 3 months thing. Yeah. Masterstroke. Yeah. Fine. Yeah. Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But what she's up against with this Trump...
Yeah, it's a lot. She's a black woman.
Failed assassination.
She's a woman. She's a black woman.
It's tough.
But then, there's also a lot going on for her. She's young. But she's got TikTok on her side.
But here's the other thing. Okay. While she is young, I also think that from time to time, people overestimate the black woman's vote in America. Because I believe that they'd only make up about 8% of the population.
Oh, they're no. Do you know where it becomes influential?
But it's now with the Gen Z lot.
Yeah, it's black women, black people, margins, population numbers they don't have. It's their influence that matters. So you find that black culture has become such a thing in America that whoever black people seem to be rocking with is almost like an acceptable choice, which is why you find that the Democratic Party is so tapped, because the numbers don't support why they invest so much
in that.
The numbers don't support, but it's the realization that there's so many white people now that want to tap into that black culture that they go into there and ask, who are the black people supporting? Who are the black people listening to? Then it almost becomes, so that 8% almost ends up being 20 something percent, because you're looking at
spillover to
the spillover. Because you look at obviously there's people that transcend black culture. Beyonce, your Oprah Winfrey's. If those people come out and say like, we are rocking, we are with Kamala.
Oh yeah,
it becomes tricky now.
And they're gonna be
Shonda.
And they're gonna be.
Shonda starts writing some episodes that are Kamala-esque. Olivia Pope. So that's what I'm saying. Like TikTok. So she has 3 months where some magic can be done, because I was saying the polls today. She's at 44%. Trump is at 42%.
Ooh. I mean, what were they looking like when it was Biden?
Donnie was at 47%.
Donald was at 47%?
Yeah. And Ngrino was at 40, 43, 44%. But so that's what I'm saying. Like, 3 months might just be enough for people to not dip it too much.
Euphoria, a wind of change.
It would definitely be tough, but I think she has enough in the tank to make it interesting.
I think it's just become interesting, certainly.
Like, very interesting.
Because Trump was about to wipe Biden's floor. The floor with Biden's ass is, yo.
But Trump could also roll a black woman. God damn it, that might send him off. But I say that to say the most important thing that I wanted to say here is I've been seeing a lot of people offering their political opinions the same way we just did as fact. Let's not do that, brothers and sisters. Let's
your heart.
Let's desist from walking around and acting as if we're speaking from a position of authority. We are
from
all
speculating.
We are all speculating, guys.
Speculating.
All of this is speculation. All of this is based on things that there's no one who knows for certain. Let's not sit around. Let's not make other people feel dumb.
Let's not speak matter of factly.
Nah, we're like, when I watch on social media, it's like, inini. I'm like,
Wangorimo. You were there.
Okay.
Oh, you know.
Okay. But yeah, those donations freaked me out, man. Like, she's cooking.
Yeah, no.
She raised Mariambudzi 87 million
in 24. That's a tender.
That's a tender.
Someone's in prison for a tender of that.
God damn it. They need to know.
Mariambudzi.
God.
Oh my days. So, what are your thoughts on her as a president? Should she get elected? Speculate.
Bro, if there's anything I know about the American presidents is that I don't know why people keep running for that job, but it looks like it's not as influential as people think it is. Because the amount of things that people promise before they get in, and how many things they actually struggle to put in place when they actually in. It's like, okay, these are things that you didn't know before.
But what shows me that it's a farce.
Yeah.
And not as influential, indeed, as you've said, is, let's be honest, Sleepy Joe has been sleeping at the wheel for the past...
Bro.
Like, if Basarake was that important and whatnot, A, they might have gotten rid of him earlier, or B, to some degree, it would have been evident.
Bro, the amount of things that you hear, Congress has refused to pass this, Congress says, blah, 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 blah. Hey, Congress says, blah, 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 blah,
blood.
The Senate is, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, okay, so the only decisions that this president seems to have is who to bomb.
He's just the guy that decided to not put
like
it
that's all he seems to have power on. That's all he seems to have power on.
Because Loki, it doesn't even seem like he has the power to decide that. It seems like announce
I realized like it was a fuss back with Obamacare.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember how long it took for Obizi to put that into place? He worked so hard. He had pushed back and finally got it passed. The first thing Donald Trump did when he got it was like,
Stead. Cheers.
Obama.
Oh, gee. More like mama.
So I was like, yo, if you can, like, because when the president, like, when they're doing those rallies, like, even for Trump himself, right? Even if you look at the extreme end, even for Trump himself, remember, so we're going to build borders, we're going to build the wall.
The wall.
Which wall did he build? We're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do... So then you realize, like, oh, okay, it's not a simple matter of all the ideas that he has just simply coming up and, okay, so why do you want this so bad?
I mean, you know what it is? For the most part, I think there's soft policy. The rest is as
do you know why I would rather the British parliamentary system, similar to the South African parliamentary, proportional representation, where the MPs, because for them, the reason why they can't put that into effect, because the Congress it's almost like hug, like there's no one with a clear majority, right? I mean, they do have, but it's very easy to go buy my votes and then have people on lobby and people on your side. But right now, Keir Starmer's afunga is what's happening.
That's true.
Like, whatever Keir Starmer, first thing, we're killing off this bot nonsense. We're killing off this Rwanda, Chakadaro. We're killing off Ningirigini. What, wrong or not, that's... Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
Right? For better or worse, that is the party that is in power, putting into effect their ideas.
Facts.
Right? So I feel like instead of focusing so much on the presidential power, get your Congresses in power.
Yes.
Right? Where you end up having a Congress, you go to, okay, we are ruling Congress, because that's where all the ideas get passed.
Exactly.
You're passing these
and
bills.
Not make it about this one dude, when this one dude really, I don't know, it was Congress anyway.
Exactly. If the bro, yeah, filibuster, yeah, it does that. Have you heard?
Look at us fixing Western democracy.
I mean,
look at that.
Look at that.
Per bridge. Casually.
Your opinions are not expert. Edu. These are expert opinions.
Hey, man.
Can't believe I have all this energy. I just spent the whole day in airport. But here we are. In Zim, it's a very exciting time right now because in a few weeks, a SADC summit is happening in Harare. I know the people of Harare they can't wait for the summit to come and go because it has ended.
Is it? I can understand. No,
I was China.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Hey, all together.
Brother, like new roads. Like kwatanura kuita kuti vari kudhudhunura rupasa.
The fitted carpet.
So now people have been diverted. And
traffic is nonsense.
We're talking about people spending 4 hours in traffic. 6 hours.
And because and layout in my road, it's even up to date.
No, the ridiculous thing is
like that.
The ridiculous thing is if you're trying to do this 6 months before the summit, obviously it's going to be ridiculous because now you're operating from a place of pressure. But had you done this, it's not like this summit crept up on you.
You know it.
You knew it was coming. If you had started this rollout softly, bichana and bichana, and said, oh, okay, this month we're focusing on this, so that means we're diverting these roads. But if you're trying to fit everything in 3 months, brother,
it's not gonna work.
But at the we at least my roads are after Sadak Summit kunozonzora takutora marod yedu. Because if it was Zanu I know that definitely
roll it up. Hey. Get out of here. But it's looking good, no?
Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. What I'm really interested in finding out is what is the plan with this Mount Habden?
Kune, the new parliament thingamajig. Apparently, they've built one exactly like that in Lesotho.
I want to understand. I'm trying to understand the bigger ramifications, like beyond the parliament, like with the whole city, right? Like, is the idea to do, like, I get the whole idea of trying to decentralize Harare, right? What I don't understand is why the parliament is the first building. Like everything is going to be built around the parliament or whatever it is. Because
is that the central point of the...
I don't know whether it's a central point, but it's the first notable thing that is being built there. But what that means is that now every MP, right? Bro, Mount Upton is out of the way.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and if you're saying that's where all the stuff is happening, like with regards to parliamentary section, even beyond this summit, in terms of cost effectiveness, I'm not seeing it. Like, people are driving, like, like what are we doing?
So what? By decentralizing Harare, are you saying that they're trying to establish Mount Hampton as the new capital?
That's the talk.
Okay.
Which is what is confusing me, because that process sounds to me like something that's going to take a long time. Because again, brother, I'm not saying it, because everything that has been built around the existing Harare. Even the construction that is happening now, like all the major banks are building their headquarters there. If anything, if you're building a new capital city, you need them to have what, right? The new registrar's office, like Kwema birth certificate, Nema passport, and they just finished construction and opened the building right in the middle of the old Harare, right? So I'm not understanding it. I understand, like, like how decentralized London is. Where it has all these little pockets, but Canary Wharf is still Canary Wharf.
Yeah.
Well, what? West End is still in the West End. There's no different branches of the West End. So I don't understand, which means there's certain things that are going to exist in the old Harare.
That's true.
And then but you see, the problem is the president lives over that other side.
Yep.
Boredo
group side.
Parliament is over on the other side.
Yeah, but in that context, okay, but as it is, it makes sense, right? With the state houses and the parliament houses.
The old one, right?
Yeah, the old one. Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
How far is Mount Hampton?
Oh, it's far.
From, say, Herbage Table, that area where you've got...
Let's where's my phone? We can Google this. Let's see. Oh. Let's see.
Like, is it out of Harare?
I don't know why I don't have maps here. Right, Mount Habden. Mount Abden, Zimbabwe. Directions from what? Let's
from
say Motor Republic.
Yeah.
It is 19.3 kilometers.
The 19.3 Ks isn't too bad.
We are talking, this is, oh, no, this is, okay. Let me do something because Mount Abden might just be giving us the thing that is, let's
20K, it's not too
Zim
bad.
Parliament.
It's about Kadoma from Chegu to type flex.
Oh, it's not too crazy. Oh. It's not crazy, actually. Like from Motor Republic, we're talking it's a 15-minute drive. But that's notwithstanding traffic, and hopefully there won't be traffic. Okay. So okay. I think in my head, I had never done this, so I hadn't pictured how far it was. But from how it was being, because then getting to Westgate alone.
Yeah.
Of which we're talking about a place that is, but maybe it's just beyond Westgate. Maybe that's what I had not pictured. Maybe it's just because I'd pictured it out of the way. Okay, fair enough. But then if they're doing that, okay. Let's be hopeful. Mr. Chirisa, we're going to be missing you for Zimfest.
It's with the heavy heart. Zimfest has been such a calendar event. Kunoduka Zimfest.
Yeah.
It's lit.
The baddies are going to be there.
Oh, baddies.
Going to bring the baddie cam.
Nah, take the baddie cam with you. Yeah, man. It's genuinely. I might show up at some after Shindu Crease.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Yeah. Maybe.
Because there's an after party. It's a full weekend.
Yeah, no.
It's a full weekend.
Yeah, no. I might come after Shindu Crease to just to appease the FOMO.
Yeah.
Just to
because you're going to die. Or FOMO.
I've been dying of FOMO, bro. Fucking mean.
FOMO is killing you.
It is. I've been dead.
Baba Harare is
just going to be.
Baba Harare is there. It's a gospel artist now. No, there's Winky D, Mr. Puriri, Enzo Aisho, Melo, and Steezy. It's going to be fire, man.
If you were to be absolutely selfish, regardless of what's gonna sell tickets, but maybe we can consider that. Yeah. Absolutely selfish and assemble your own Zimfest lineup, maybe like headlines and your couple of key acts that aren't the acts that are there right now.
Oh, there are.
There could be like some very kind of like even kind of my unique, my personal favorites type stuff.
Or I would curate.
If it's a Zimfest full of Kandoros.
Full of Kandoros. Definitely Master H.
Oh yeah?
Habakuku.
Okay, I see that.
Master H has to be there. That's been my Master H is the guy right now.
Fire.
I would have to get Enzo Aisho for the baddies.
Yeah, fucks with Enzo.
I would have to get Enzo Aisho for the baddies. And this is where things get tricky now. I'm really loving Feli.
Feli Nandi.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what is so mad? I know she's big. I know she's been having a run. I don't know her.
No, I'll put you on.
If I saw her,
yeah,
I couldn't tell you who that is.
Baddie.
And I don't think I've heard even like
so
like okay, I can't. I must have heard the music.
I'm excited to.
But I need to.
I'm excited to put you on
one.
because I had a play recently. Right, I was like, yo,
yeah, like that.
That's Mbuya Stella Chwesh.
Or like that.
So you know that vibe, that Mbira vibe, traditional music. It's almost like don't want to go as far as calling it Gen Z, but it's almost like a reimagined.
Yeah.
So she is on a tier. Like if she focuses on that festival circuit where she's doing
Mucked.
Oh, she's going to kill it.
World over.
She
them flavors.
Yes.
Okay.
Because she was performing in Germany. She had the show the day before I did, and bro,
there was still
like
remnants.
Her sound,
remnants of the vibe.
Yes.
Just in the air.
I heard it. I was like, I don't know if she knows. I suppose she does, because if this is intentional, she's not going back to Zim. We're going to hear Feli has settled in Bonn somewhere, and she'll never be broke a day in her life, because we're talking a catalog. Yeah,
she gets into that Makumba slipstream of things, bro. Yeah,
music that gets licensed for these new TV Netflix series.
No,
because it's rich.
I hear it. Yeah. I hear it.
So
okay,
okay,
I've puckered up now.
Yeah,
all right.
Fairly fan favorite, and then I start entering this output votes there. I have my Mpana Wangu
Painter Fresco.
Yes,
I fucking love Painter Fresco.
You need to see him perform live.
I've never seen him perform live.
You need to see him perform live and
but
realize.
I very much like Painter Fresco.
Okay.
Very much.
That boy
is
ridiculous. I have a song. My phone is very far away. I have a song that I should have played.
He's been around for a minute.
Yeah.
He's been around for a minute.
Yeah. His ceiling is very high. Who else? Who would you put on?
Who would I put on?
Because I'm tempted to throw in my fan favorites of Ana, Natan to Ana Pro Beats.
Yeah.
But then the problem with that.
Pro Beats is coming.
Yeah. I hope he's coming for real.
Yeah, I'd love to.
I hope he's coming for real, because I know dodgy things have happened with some of these visas. So I hope they're not selling him a dummy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So who would you put on?
Who would I put on? Crikey. I think it would be a little too eclectic. Yeah. And
why big?
Because Vaults, I'd like to see Vaults.
Yeah.
Tantra Wavy. Hake, yeah, of course. I know Takura's been before, but Takura Apere. You know what I mean? Takura Apere juice. Bad man. Hilsey, I haven't really heard anything from Hilsey of late.
He's just making too much money doing other things that are not music. I think he looks at music now like, all right.
And
just bought a nice whip, man.
I saw
for
it.
His.
Yeah. I'll take him off the hook. I don't blame you, Hilsey. Do your thing.
Yeah.
It's
a problem of being multi-talented. I'm on the one.
Just nonsense for social media. Yeah, but who else would I have? I think I would have to look over here in the UK.
Yeah.
Because
confused for the baddies.
Nothing hurts me more than, and I think it's testament to what you're saying and what you're trying to achieve with comedy, like having the whole country rally behind you, and then you go conquer. But then there are people, there's Zimbabweans who are fucking up the game abroad, chairo. that people in Zimbabwe don't even like
Rachel
have a clue of. Not just Rachel and TK Maids. Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I think some people have been dealt a difficult hand.
No, because it's not their fault.
Before you know it, you've resettled in Australia.
This is right? Your thing.
Before you know it, you've come to the UK. So trying to build a community when you yourself aren't even part of the community.
You don't feel like
you came here at 8. By the time you're old enough to know things like community is like you already belong unintentionally to a whole new community. That doesn't really feel like you belong there. But you're like, Wango, I don't know Tsumu, I don't know how to pronounce German, Draganaga, I don't know how to say it in the Greek. So it's going to feel like, but I promise you, to anybody who feels like that, for the most part, Zimbabweans are very welcoming people, man.
Yeah. I always, oh man, like for me, that's like something that, should I ever have the means and resources and whatnot, I'm always going to try and bridge that disconnect.
Yeah.
Yo, because I'd love to have a fuck off festival in Zimbabwe and on Zim soil in all these people. And for Zimbabweans to really be like, yo, these men are like international. Yeah. Like, like your Shingis, your Quiets, like Kelvin Jones,
Rhymes,
Simba, Hacks, Rhymes, all these folks who are like, who've got their foot on their game.
Phil was telling me a very sad story. They were ku Gemtree, na Simba. And people were going crazy over Rover.
Because Rover is a banger.
But they didn't know Simba was in Gemtree. Like the song comes on, people are going crazy. They
don't even know that's the guy. You see?
Like he's right there.
Uy, boy. You see what I'm saying? This is the disconnect that, myself and the gang over at Maiden's Way are always endeavoring to plug, man, because there's people doing fucking such amazing things.
Yeah, it's all about supporting each other, man. If you feel like that's what this podcast is about.
But there's also an awareness thing. That's all it is. I can't criticize people for not knowing these people. They just don't know these people.
It's a two-way street. It's a two-way street in that you as the artist, you need to make inroads. You need to do what you can to bridge that gap.
Absolutely.
It's not a thing. My music is so dope, they will find it anyway.
Yeah, no.
There's 50, 70 million artists in the world, all competing for people's attention. I don't think people are going to go out of their way to find Zimbabwean artists. People just gravitate over. This whole week is Canada, Wachashi Wasta. Wachashi Wasta. That's before I know it, Zimbabwean artists. Please, if you can, do what you can to gravitate towards your people. Do what you can. God will figure out the rest. I know you won't see this, but I need to give a special shout out to my boy, man. And I feel weird saying my boy, but to give a special shout out, Mo
Gilligan. I
need to bro, if they
let me say something. Because without the context, people wouldn't understand why you're saying I feel weird saying because without the context, humility Atroka doesn't really land. Because humility doesn't really.
But I do feel
it doesn't
weird.
really bang unless people know the context, and then they'd understand the humility behind.
Okay.
Let me. So, King Candizo has now reached he's now reached this strata in his career where, and And even he when he was telling me, it's like, bro, you know who I've been talking to? Like, I did even kind of, I was caught aback to, even responded to some of my content, read it, and we struck up a conversation. And, as it goes, we now just speak as two comedians with mutual respect for each other type of thing as it goes. With Mo Gilligan, for real. And I was explaining to him, I was like, you know what? I hear it. And my reasoning for it, for why, to me, I didn't feel like it's such a wild thing, or it's, for me it made sense because Mo Gilligan comes from the grind. I've been watching Mo from
couple of cans
from before couple of cans, bro.
Yeah.
Before couple of cans, I think the first routine Mo Gilligan I saw was him talking about how girls, he was ranking girls as football clubs. And then how when a girl comes to your yard for the first time and she sat on the edge of the bed, all bed tense and whatnot, and then when they start to relax, they start saying, you got a pair of socks I could borrow. So I've been watching this Donny from time, and I've seen the graft. I've seen the steps and whatnot.
Yeah.
And one thing I know is when you've had such a trajectory, you recognize when other people are from the same block of wood, but Shinjao Asati Zhangweita catch up to their talent. You know what I mean? Like you know, the only difference between you and a Mo Gilligan and an Axel Blake and all these other guys is that you just haven't had as big a break as they have. But the product is there and it's ready. And it's just in the delivery to market. But it's there. And anyone who's been that product that's on the way to delivery to market can recognize it. So it's not absolutely wild to think that you can consider yourself a peer or someone, because you're literally walking the same journey. I'm going to walk but it's same kind of destination, same kind of ilk of things. So Candizo and Mo Gilligan, they speak, man. They chat. So when he says, "Hey, it feels weird to see my boy,"
my boy,
but he really is. That's
bro.
that's
It's like he will send you a
I'd love to have it. You know what? I promise you.
I thought about it.
You're gonna see him on this podcast
because he sent me a message. He's like, bro, because randomly you wake up to like, Mo has tagged you in there, or get tickets in for my broski. I'm like, yo, I watch this man's Instagram. And maybe this is delusions of Ningrian, but the only times that I've seen Mo share anyone say buy tickets before this time that he did it was the first time he did it for my tickets.
He shared your post to say buy tickets for my boy.
Like sometimes you share like a reel, right? And
look at that.
Get tickets, go watch my boy. But recently, like 2 days ago, I was like, don't forget to buy tickets for the broski.
Nice,
right,
man.
So then afterwards, after he shared, it's like, yo, bro, I'm coming to your London show. Like, because he was on his way from Australia. He's like, I'm going to America for a few days of rest, but I'm coming for a London show, bro. I'm like,
look at God. Look at
God, bro.
Club. Look at the hey, man.
And that's the reason why I say, Kuti, I don't worry about those things. Like, let's get, because those things will happen in good time.
They'll come in good time.
Because the only reason why Mo ended up, I believe, the only reason why Mo ended up coming across my stuff is because my people were sharing this stuff. He probably saw it on somebody that he follows or what.
Yep.
Right? That's how it works. If my people aren't sharing my stuff, it's not going to go out there.
Look at that.
So I can't create I can't create content and say I want more Gilligan to see this.
And target, no. You got no control over that.
No.
Yeah. That's very true.
Because people are going to be like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? Funny is funny.
Who mans? No. That's amazing.
So
that's what I'm saying. Hey, listen, I'm just saying, right?
I told Mama Eater and Mama Eater was like,
we're
out of here.
I'm just putting it in the ether to say you might find an episode with us now, Mo Gilligan. But speaking of episodes, it has occurred to me that this is episode 25.
Oh snap!
What is this? Silver Jubilee.
It has to mean something.
Quarter century.
Episode 25.
25.
That's not
quarter of 100.
What?
That's quarter of 100, my G.
That's crazy. And I think this is the episode that would take us to 10,000 subscribers. Yeah, because we are 50 subscribers away from 10,000. With that in mind, guys, please, let's smash that like button, guys. Let's smash that like button. And come on, my coffee is for 20. Shero boys resio sardar
don't do that. Come on. Yo! When's the last time you got a notification?
It's been tense. I actually forgot that we have that thing.
You know, I think,
brother.
I think Maria Makofana will take my ticket.
Brother. Under 4 pounds.
Guys, please. No. Tudavana anoita budgeting. Budget yema coffee and I see budget yema show.
Zvinu tu zvakasiyana. Please, let's not mix up.
I'm revenue.
Msadar. Munkwadzisa because mukoona kuti azada. Mukoona kuti yamarigra. Mukoona kuti yamarigra kuti ari tora isu.
Side hang control so hard.
Zvakuita kunge ndiri Mike Chimombe kana atiza netenda re.
Ndiri mugroup chat. Aiwa
kosha chimotonawo. No, vari kuprocessa mapayment.
Kandra is like, ingo ndakakudzai kuti mirai. Mari yemasponsor ichauya.
Kana yaita, I will tell you. That's crazy, man. I'm spending my running expenses. No, but shout out to you guys for helping us get to 25. I think, can we do 50 before the year is out? Do we still have that many weeks?
I think
we can.
We might.
Still have about 2,500. Can I share 25 weeks?
Yeah, 25 weeks. No, it's for a half marker. Because money 52 weeks. I'm going. So for June.
Yeah.
Unless can I double up my bonus here and there.
There's some stuff in the vault.
We'll see. Loose
biscuits. We'll see. But shout out to you guys, man, because I should go name people. I just want to say code of conduct. Zimfest.
Oh yeah.
Listen, man, I feel very weird saying this out, but some of you guys are getting too familiar, man. I feel very weird saying this because it sounds very angry, but some of you guys are getting too familiar.
How?
It's too familiar. Let's not do that. Let's not get too comfortable. Tikango remember good man munu yatonyatsomuziva like that.
Like, you know
what?
Actually, but I did really and truly.
Yeah, Dewedu. You know, man, easy going guy, but don't ask me. I'll tell you one of the most
elaborate.
I will can't say it now because I'm scared. Okay. But let's not put in that. Before you do anything, just ask yourself: do I have the kind of relationship that would allow me to ask something like this?
Or am I getting over familiar?
Or am I getting too? Because I think, I like being accessible. If you DM me, I'm going to respond.
I'm there.
But munhu chaichi ari kunondiriwa kuti maimaita ndi wangu ngatsadaro angori ma 25 pounds angori ma because I'm also
although over there.
No, because uronachi kana tikasangana chi let's keep wongo chiti chimna she because most titemedza stand up fana zita fake humility no. Oh yeah, the nyaya yekuti mukazoda kuzosana moti unasazva mfanira kuita kandoro propaganda nyanga
Kandoro, I love your stuff. Thank you, keep it up sharp. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it, my guy. Zvekuda kuzoti pane vanhu vanoda kuti ndiomira pa uya unikirina. Pane munhu andakazo ku Poland uko. First wangu chai came from a place of love. Shout Kandoro yapanapa ndikati blast.
Yeah.
I can tell kuti muna bibeni but no.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yes.
And don't dzakashedzerana. Adzi Kandoro yapanapa. Apa also the crazy thing is you know me. After every show, thank you.
You're doing the rounds.
So I was actually headed there.
I was actually. You can see
there was nothing between us.
You can see I've come from that group,
brother.
That group.
I'm talking.
The only other way I'm coming is your way.
I'm less than 5 meters away. Kandoro yapanapa. I'm
you know what? Tell you what.
No, we are panape.
No.
Because this is now a power play. You can have a 10 minute mark to advance on one morning. Because let me tell you what humility in the to some tickets. In somebody humble. In a kind of a story humble. Why humility is one of the Lebronins.
And it was easy.
And
and humble.
As you go negam sipo. Introduce a long jogone. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Black and Forth. We'll catch you next week. But then Zimfest and Kamala say my bed is
square meter. Hey.
Yes, sir.
Peace.